Hey, thanks so much for stopping by the YouTube channel of the Tech Geeks. We're a group of professionals based across Australia, New Zealand and the UK who love finding solutions for our customers. Each month I try and just give you a basic update of where I see the industry is at and supply and maybe some of the new products that are coming across some of our popular vendors, which I'll get to in a moment. But this month we are supporting Cancer Council here in Australia through the Shitbox Rally. The idea of this is you drive a car that's worth less than $1,500, 1,500 kilometers across rough terrain across some of the interior roads of Australia, raising money for cancer research. The Shitbox Rallies are the largest supporter and fundraiser here in Australia for Cancer Council, having donated over $50 million so far. So we're supporting Team Chipper off the old block, which is Kane and Ian. They're setting off on the 2nd of May on a 7-day journey from Canberra to Townsville through the internal roads there of Queensland and northern New South Wales. They have with them a Starlink dish. We've provided them with a Ubiquiti UDR7 and outdoor access point. They're going to be providing, I think there's hundreds of cars in the rally this time around. They're going to be providing Wi-Fi and connectivity on their journey. If you want to get behind them, please use the links. We would love to smash the $20,000 total for that. There's already been $2 million raised for this autumn rally already for Cancer Council. So we're just putting our name behind that. And I know that for many of us, cancer does reach or impact some of those people that we know and love to us. So if giving is your sort of thing, maybe you hop on and do that and help support this amazing cause. Now, let's talk about where the market is at. Well, as always, let's just start off with Ubiquiti. It's quite a nice, quick and easy one. Plenty of new products over and over again. Just in the last day, we've had the new Pro XG switches released. These are 10 gig, multi-10 gig port switches. Interesting thing here is those were actually meant to be released a couple of months ago. So we are seeing some production run issues. We've seen this already with the AI key. We know that the black versions of the G6 cameras, they're not coming out till July. So I think although we've got all of these new products coming from Ubiquiti, it does seem to be coming in smaller amounts and there seems to be a bit more of a gap between it. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but plenty of new products, but leave yourself some time and do pre-order early. We're not seeing, mass shipments of these into Australia for months after release. So we do import directly from Ubiquiti. It does take us a fair amount of air freight and handling costs to bring them in. We try and make the cost as effective as possible, but obviously we're not putting these in big shipping containers to get them here. So do bear that in mind. So yeah, like I said, we've got new switches, no movement particularly yet on the AI key. We're waiting for that to come available again. PoE chimes, again, a little bit of a delay on those. I think it was about the beginning of March was the last customer shipments that we sent out. So we're hoping any day for some more of those to be released. G6 cameras, so we've got the Instant, the Bullet and the Turret. Those are shipping well. We've got plenty of running in stock of those. Again, a lot of the new G3 door access stuff, so the G3 intercom, the G3 starter kits, the G3 readers, the G3 Flex, all of those we've got plenty of stock rolling through the country. UNAS now here is in pretty good bulk supply as well. So we are starting to get there, but do remember we started shipping those way back in November last year. So that's Ubiquiti. What do we see with other vendors? TP-Link, we're starting to see again a whole set of new products. Obviously we've had the desktop 650 access point out. We've had a 4G router. We've now got a dual SIM 4G router. We've got a DSL based router coming out, so really great if you want to put that in your Armada setup and you've got NBN, fiber to the node or something like that. So great solutions there. We've got some of the new wireless 7 stuff in the Deco range as well, so it's quite exciting to see those maturing. Cuddy, you'll see some videos coming out from us, a really good cost-effective whole home wireless solution. So if you're looking for a cost-effective solution, do have a look at Cuddy for mesh points throughout your property. Ruji, we've had some supply bumps on some of the things like the M32s and a few of the ones with some of the Omni antennas and a few other bits like that. But it is starting to pick up again now, so do just leave a little bit of time if you are ordering those. Now, let me maybe just quickly cover some of the firewalls. Obviously, we've still got the new SonicWall TZ80. We're seeing some new developments come from SonicWall in rolling in cybersecurity as part of their subscriptions or add-ons, which is quite an cyber threat protection or cyber insurance, which is becoming quite an interesting conversation to talk with many of the vendors, where they're starting to say, well, actually, we could give you some sort of compliance and we can give you some cyber insurance if you set up your firewall in this way. So watch that space. That's an interesting one that's coming along there. In WatchGuard, I think we will see some new models coming very shortly, which is exciting. In Fortinet, we are now starting to see the G series flow through. We've seen some of the new desktop models in that. We've seen things like the 120G start to arrive. We're also seeing G models arrive in their access points as well. So you'll start to see that information flow through on our website before long. Sophos, again, still churning through a lot of those Gen 2 now, XGS Gen 2s. We've got the XGS 88 through to 138, massive performance increases. Obviously, if you've got an SG, you need to be thinking about upgrading that. If you've got an old XG, you can still think about upgrading that because that went end of life in March 2025. So really exciting with some things there. Some of the other vendors that we're working with is seeing what we can do again in that sort of starting firewall space where you don't pay subscription. So we're still seeing some changes come there for Ubiquiti with things like the UDR7, with the UCG fiber, for example, that has a certain amount of intrusion prevention and application control in there. And we're starting to see that develop. Cambium, the NSE 3000, again, another low subscription firewall. And we're looking at some other vendors there because we know that for some people, they're just wanting to get that extra layer of protection, but are not using things like zero-day threat protection and some of the other deep packet inspection for SSL, for instance, because you've got endpoints, you've got antivirus on computers, so maybe it's not quite so relevant for you. So watch this space as this develops. Quite a big run through there. We appreciate you as our customers. Thank you so much for stopping by our YouTube channel as well. I hope you find some great information here. We've got plenty of how-to guides, deep dives of setting things up, just box openings to show you what you actually get in the box. So hang around, subscribe, and stay up to date.